two outfits, but none seemed quite right. She put on a pretty red dress and looked in the mirror. Then she screamed. Her mother ran into the room, and she screamed too.
Oh my goodness, you're completely covered with stripes!
She cried. This was certainly true. Camilla was striped from head to toe. She looked like a rainbow. Miss Cream felt Camilla's forehead.
Do you feel all right?
She asked.
I feel fine, but just look at me!
Camilla answered.
You get back in bed this instant. You're a doctor in school today.
Her mother ordered. Camilla was so relieved. She didn't want to miss the first day of school, but she was afraid of what the other kids would say, and she had no idea what to wear with those crazy stripes.
You are who you are, like it or not. God made you special and He loves you a lot.
That afternoon, Dr. Bumble came to examine Camilla.
Most extraordinary. I've never seen it before. Are you having any coughing, sneezing, runny nose, aches and pains, chills, hot flashes, dizziness, drowsiness, shortness of breath, uncontrollable twitching?
He asked.
No, I feel
The next day was a disaster. Everyone at school laughed at Camilla. They called her Camilla Crayon and made her feel like a lollipop. She tried her best to act as if everything were normal, but when the class said the Pledge of Allegiance, her stripes turned red, white, and blue, and she broke out stars. The other kids thought it was great. One yelled out, "Let's see some purple polka dots."
I'm sorry, Mrs. Cream. I'm going to have to ask you to keep Camilla home. He's just too much of a distraction. And I've been getting other phone calls from the other parents. They think those stripes may be contagious.
He said. Camilla was so embarrassed. She couldn't believe that 2 days ago everyone liked her. Now nobody wanted to be in the same room with her. Her father, trying to make her feel better,
Is there anything I can get you, sweetheart?
he asked.
No, thank you.
Sighed Camilla. What she really wanted was a nice plate of lima beans, but she had been laughed at enough for one day.
You are who you are, like it or not. God made you special and He loves you a lot.
Hello? Yes, I see. I think I better bring the specialist. We'll be right over, said Dr. Bumble to Mr. Cream on the phone. About an hour later, Dr. Bumble arrived with 4 people in long white coats. He introduced them to the Creams.
This is Dr. Brock, Dr. Fun, Dr. Cricket, and Dr. Young.
Then the specialist went to work on Camilla. Squeezed, jabbed, tapped, and tested. It was very uncomfortable.
Well, smallpox or the measles. Definitely not chicken pox or sunburn.
Replied the specialist.
Try me. Take one each for bed.
Said the specialist. They each handed her a bottle filled with different colored pills. Then they filed out the front door, followed by Dr. Bumble. That night, Camilla took her medicine. It was awful. When she woke up the next morning, she did feel different. But when she got dressed, her clothes didn't fit right. She looked in the mirror, and there, staring back at her, was a giant multicolored pill with her face on it. Dr. Bubble rushed over as soon as Miss Cream called, but this time, instead of the specialist, he brought the expert. Mr. Moon had one of the finest scientific minds in the land. Once again, Camellia was poked and prodded, looked at, and listened to. The expert wrote down lots of numbers. Then he huddled together with Dr. Bumble and whispered. Mr. Mellon finally spoke.
It could be a virus.
He announced with authority suddenly. Fuzzy little verse appeared all over Camilla.
Possibly some form of bacteria.
Said Mr. Mellon. Out popped squiggly little bacteria tail.
Or it could be a fungus.
Added Mr. Mellon. Instantly, Camilla was covered with different colored fungus splotches. The expert looked at Camilla, then each other.
I need to go over these numbers back at the lab. I'll call you when I get something.
Said the expert, but the expert didn't have a clue. Reports from every channel were outside her house telling the bizarre case of the incredible changing pig. Soon a huge crowd was camped out on the front lawn.
You are, like it or not, God made you special and He loves you a lot.
The creams respond with all kinds of remedies from psychologists, allergists, herbalists, nutritionists, psychics, an old medicine man, a guru, and even a veterinarian. Each so-called cure only added to poor Camelia's strange appearances until it was hard to even recognize her. She found roots and berries and crystals and feathers and a long furry tail, but nothing worked. One day, a woman who called herself an environmental therapist claimed she could cure Camilla, she said.
Close your eyes. Breathe deeply and become one with your room. I wish you hadn't said that.
Camilla ground. Slowly, she started to melt into the walls of her room. Her bed became a mouth. Her nose was a dresser, and two paintings were in her eyes. The therapist screamed and ran from the house. He opened. And there was just as sweet as a straw.
But I think I can help.
She said brightly. She went into Camilla's room and looked around.
My goodness, what we have here is a bad case of stress. One of the worst I've ever seen.
She said with a shake of her head. She pulled a container of small green beans from the bag. She said,
Yuck! Nobody likes lima beans, especially me. Here, these might do the trick. Are those magic beans?
asked Mrs. Cream. The old woman replied,
Of course not. There's no such thing as magic beans. These are just so plain lima beans. I bet you like some, wouldn't you?
You are who? She asked Camilla. Camilla wanted a big, heaping plate full of lima beans, more than just about anything. But she was still afraid to admit it. She said,
Yeah. I still don't like lima beans. You are, like it or not. God made you special and He loves you a lot. I guess I was wrong about you.
said the old woman. Sadly, she put the beans back in her bag and started toward the door. You are
Who you are, like it or not. God made you special.
so good. And being laughed at for eating them was nothing compared to what they'd been going through. She finally couldn't stand it. You are who you are.
Like it or not, God made you special and loves you a lot. Wait, the truth is I really love lima beans. I thought so.
She cried, popping. The old woman smiled, popping a handful of beans into Camilla's mouth, and said, said Camilla. Suddenly, the branches, feathers, and squiggly tails began to disappear, and the whole room swirled. When it stopped, there stood Camilla, and everything was back to normal.
I'm cured. You are who you are. Like it or not, God made you special and loves you a lot.
She shouted, the old woman said.
I knew that you was in there somewhere.
She patted Camilla on the head, and she went outside and vanished into the crowd. Afterward, Camilla wasn't quite the same. Some of the kids at school said she was weird, but she didn't care a bit. She had all the lima beans she wanted, and she never even had a touch of the stripes again, because